Drivers are outraged over the amount of safety issues that are happening daily, just back to back again. One Lyft issue, another Uber issue. This lady here, Kyla Brown, passenger holds a knife to her neck, steals her car, right? They later find the car. The car's impounded. Obviously, the police are looking at the matter. But you know what's shocking here is that she's in a leased car, through the Lyft program. And Lyft knows about this, but continues to charge her for the car, right? No shame whatsoever, right? Throw the lady out there with the wolves. Let her suffer. Inflict this malicious emotional distress on this lady, and then on top of it, keep on charging her. I mean, what type of idiots are running the show here, right? And it just goes to show that, this is reported, but all the communication channels within Lyft break down, right? They keep on charging the woman for an incident that's on the news. It just shows the disconnect of the people running the company and the people actually bringing in the cash, right? So, Logan Green, get a grip, my friend, on your company, and immediately stop harassing this woman with payments. Come out and issue her an apology and make it good. Write the lady a check or pay her for all her emotional suffering instead of still charging her. Shame on you, man. Shame on Lyft for doing this. Kayla Brown says she's only been driving for Lyft a couple of months before a terrifying ordeal happened. I was just worried about it. I was going to be alive. Brown is still shaken up over what happened October the 8th. While she was driving for Lyft, a passenger pulled a pocket knife on her. He got in the middle of the back seat and held a knife to my throat and stated, "Get off the highway." Right? This leaves a person traumatized, my friends. According to the police report, she was ordered out of the car near Keast Boulevard and Millimore in Dallas. The thief took off with the car and later wrecked it. But Brown says she's still being charged the rental fee of $255 by Lyft, even though the car was stolen. So wake up, Lyft. Smell the coffee and wake up. Get back to the woman. Apologize profusely. Pay her. And then, second story, right? Same day. Man accused of beating Madison Uber driver unconscious, right? And the problem here is that lawmakers are focusing too much on the drivers and not on the majority of the problems which actually come from riders, from passengers, right? And Uber and Lyft are doing zero about the safety issue, right? And shame on both companies, right, for putting drivers under this type of stress, right? These people will suffer from PTSD forever, right? After things like this. I mean, you're gonna have a rough time ahead of you if you've gone through something like this. And unless Uber and Lyft tighten up and get their damn act together as far as safety goes, Dara and Logan will continue looking. They will continue looking like assholes because they've done nothing about it, right? They could spend money on this, but they're inviting problem after problem after problem. Now we gotta fight back. We gotta protest. We gotta go out there on social media. We gotta report these stories. We gotta put it in the public's face, and make them understand that this is a dangerous playground you are playing in, right? And this type of stuff happens. Madison police are looking for a man suspected of beating an Uber driver unconscious near the University of Wisconsin campus. Anybody that knows about this, anybody that has overheard a story, seen something, speak up. Let's go after the guy. Police say the 22-year-old driver picked up a man and two women last Saturday evening near the end of the Wisconsin-Iowa football game. The driver says the man got into the back seat of the van directly behind him and punched him in the side of the neck. The suspect then wrapped his arm around the driver's neck, causing him to black out. Police say the van accelerated, jumped a curb, and hit a traffic sign. The three people then walked away. The victim told police the clients canceled the ride, eliminating his record of the transaction. Investigators are working with Uber to find out who ordered the ride. It's all documented there. Step up, Uber. Help and assist the police. Find this idiot, maybe just some raging lunatic that just couldn't cope with the loss of his team, right? And what did he do? He let it out on a driver. Isn't this a typical behavior we are used to? Let it out on the driver. Let it out on the driver, right? So this is a massive, massive call to action. Call to Dara, call to Logan. Spend the money on safety, right? Brainstorm, brainstorm, brainstorm. Get your techies involved. Get your engineers involved. Anything and everything you can do to tighten up security. And please, if you are running background checks and wanting to fingerprint drivers, please do the equivalent on the rider passenger side, right? So that we can feel safe. I don't want to be put into a scenario like this, like Kayla Brown. I don't want to be put into a scenario of this 22 young man that has to be choked out, right? And it's just not right. And it leaves these people with scars for life, right? They'll be mentally affected by this for life. They will suffer from PTSD. And we got to do something about it. Stand up, fight back, strike, protest, circulate these stories in social media, start your own channels reporting. The more we can connect with the public and show that the leadership and Uber and Lyft are completely incapable, right? The more pressure we can put on their stock price, the more pressure we can put on their brand. When we shout at hashtag boycott Uber, boycott Lyft, and bring awareness to these type of issues, maybe one day they'll wake up out of their dream and decide, let's actually do something about this, right? And until then, we will keep on knocking and pounding and sounding the alarm, folks, until they do something. Peace to you all. Drive safe. Be safe wherever you are. Always have a 360 radar built in. Always make sure you see who gets into your car. Do they look like they're revved up or drugged up or drunk? Let your sixth sense, your gut, right, your solar plexus here tell you if something feels off or if you feel okay and comfortable, right? If something feels off, it usually is off. And that means stop. Take a second, stop, and maybe remove yourself from the car or end the trip or call 911 or whatever you have to do. Do not end up in a scenario like Kayla Brown or this 22-year-old man. I care about you. They should care about you, right? And they should do something about this so it never, ever happens to you again. Have a great day.